really enjoyed ICOM 2012 because it was just a big eye-opener for me in my walk with God and my call to missions. I had pretty much always been called to missions, but I ignored it for a very long time. And going to ICOM and experiencing all of the different missionaries and just being able to speak with them and fellowship with them and hear their stories and hear how they survive, I realized my calling, and I accepted my calling even more than I already had, and I became excited. Before ICOM 2012, I was kind of scared to be a missionary because I thought I was going to be killed. And that's a possibility, and I've accepted that now, but because of ICOM, I was able to kind of bottle up my fears and throw them away. I'm not scared anymore, I'm excited, and I'm on fire to be a missionary and to serve Christ for my whole entire life. I'm not scared of the little things anymore because I was able to see firsthand missionaries being just fine, being happy, and being Christ-like in every single way. So I was so excited just to be able to see all the examples because I had in fact been to Jordan on a missions trip, and I saw Harvey and Nancy Backus in person, and I got to see kind of what they did and everything. But during that time I wasn't focused really on my missions. I wasn't focused on what God wanted to do through me then. I was more focused on just whatever needed to be done in Jordan. So coming back and then starting to get kind of scared about it, I was able to see everybody at ICOM, and that was one of the biggest things. I also really enjoyed all the different classes. I went to only 2, and I got to learn more about the Muslim faith. I think it's really important as Christians to learn about different faiths because we are able to explain to them why Christianity is, I guess, the best faith to have and why it is accurate, because if you know about their religion, you can say, well, that might be true in your mind, but this is what I believe because. It's important to learn about different religions just because you get to just see what they believe and why they believe it, and you get to see how Christ can work through that, how he can work through what they believe, and how just by knowing what we know about Jesus, we can say, hey, I disagree, and we can back it up, and we can say, this might be what you believe, but I believe something else. I also really enjoyed all the different speakers. One thing that really stuck with me is a man, I think from India. He spoke and he was saying how he came to America completely fresh. He didn't know really anybody. He came to get an education, I believe, and he came not speaking much English or anything, and he felt completely alone. He felt like the people around him didn't love him, didn't want him, and he didn't know what to do. He was a refugee in a country that didn't accept him. How would you feel if that was you? He told us that we are, as Christians, to accept everyone. Even if they speak very little language, we are to love them, no matter what. I still have the pamphlet on it, and I pray for him almost every day. That message was so impactful and so beautiful just to see that he came here not knowing what God's plan was for him and not really knowing how to speak the language of the country he was in, but he came because the Lord drove him to come here. And he wasn't scared to come here at all. He was excited, and now he spoke at ICOM. Like, how can you come from coming to a different country, not knowing a language, and then speaking in front of thousands and thousands of people, telling them how much you love Christ and telling them what he's done in your life?